Hey everybody, Peggy Kraus for Erasing Diabetes. If you're like other people, you made a New Year's resolution. And since 45% of all resolutions made have something to do with health, whether it's weight loss or lowering blood glucose, improving blood pressure, improving your fitness level, whatever it might be, I thought we would talk about this today. I want to talk about nothing. It sounds like a Seinfeld episode, but feeling nothing is a great thing to feel. All right, here's why. Here in America especially, we have this notion that hunger is one of two things. You're either hungry or you're full. If you're not full, you're hungry, and if you're not hungry, you're full. But there's a middle stage. It's called nothing. So if you haven't eaten breakfast, you might be hungry, or you might feel nothing. You might not be hungry in the morning, and that's okay. Or you might have eaten breakfast, and you go through your morning, and now it's lunchtime, and you feel nothing. You don't feel hungry. So you see, there are 3 stages, and not just 2. There's that nothing stage in between. And I'll tell you why that's so important. When you're eating, the body has to digest the food. So it has to break it down, it has to sort things out, it has to store them, put them to work, all these things that the body is so busy doing. When you're digesting, your body can't do anything else. So it can't burn stored energy, so you're not going to lose weight. It can't lower blood glucose, so you're not going to erase diabetes. You're not going to do a lot of things, okay? So feeling nothing is the way to go. Eating every 2 to 3 hours is the silliest advice that we give people with diabetes, because then you can never feel nothing. You can never go into that beneficial state of burning stored calories and lowering blood glucose and all those things that come with it. So when you are feeling nothing, don't eat. If you're not hungry, there's no biological need for calories. Now, I want to step out for a second. Now, remember, this applies to people who have type 2 diabetes. There are some conditions like type 1 diabetes where there are emergencies for calories, okay, for low blood sugars, sometimes for when you take medications you have to eat. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who have type 2 diabetes and people who are overweight, okay? That's where there's nothing feeling comes in. So what I'd like you to do is go longer times without eating. So if you have breakfast at 6 in the morning, don't have that mid-morning snack just because it's time to eat. Stop and think, do I need calories? Am I hungry? And if you had a good breakfast, most likely the answer is no, I'm not hungry. I probably feel nothing. I'm not hungry, I'm not full, I'm nothing. So don't have that apple in the morning. Don't have those croissants in the morning. Make sure that you can get yourself to longer periods of time without eating. You will get used to that feeling. Some people feel they feel hangry when they haven't eaten. They get headaches, they feel lightheaded. That's just the body's way of saying it's addicted to the food that you're normally feeding it at that time. Just like somebody with a nasty cocaine habit, after a couple hours, their body will start craving that nicotine fix. I'm sorry, that drug fix again. But with food, it's not as dramatic, so you won't feel the withdrawal symptoms as much. So I want you to go longer periods of time without food. because this way your body can start to repair, it can heal, it can fix what's going on. If you keep feeding your body food, 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 most importantly, it can't get to that intracellular lipid that is causing the blood sugars to be high. Remember, the intercellular lipid is the fat that's stored inside the muscle tissue, inside the cells. And because there's so much stuff inside the cells, the glucose just can't fit in. And if the glucose can't fit in, your numbers are high. If you keep eating when you're not hungry, you keep shoving food, you keep shoving fat into the cell, there's more intracellular lipid, more of the glucose can't fit in this inside the cell, and your blood sugar just keeps going up, up, up. That's not the way to fix it. You need to go longer periods of time without eating. So by feeling nothing, that is you're on your way to getting rid of that intracellular lipid. Okay, that is where fasting comes in. So going these longer periods of time without eating, you're fasting. It's time restricted eating. You're restricting the times during which you put food in your mouth. Okay, how are you going to know if you're doing it right? You will know that it's working because you'll be able to go for longer periods of time without food. You won't start getting cranky, you won't get hangry. For whatever reason, you're just not going to develop that withdrawal symptom, and you'll be able to go longer periods of time. So I want you to try to go for 12 hours without eating. If that works, go for 16 hours without eating. Even go for 24 hours. It doesn't sound as hard as it is, or it doesn't sound as hard as that. There's two things I want you to do. I want you to remember this line, and we're going to talk about it more often, more in the future. Hunger is not an emergency, okay? If you have type 2 diabetes, if you are overweight, if you don't have a crushing need for food, you're not going to explode. Nothing is going to happen to you if you don't eat. So feeling nothing is perfect. Feeling even a little bit of hunger is great. And if you feel hungry, just relish that feeling that inside things are happening. Your body is burning fat. Your body is getting rid of intracellular lipid. All good things are happening. Okay. The second thing I want you to do is I've put a link at the bottom of this video, and I'd like you to click it. Leave me your email address. I'm going to send you my fasting guide. It's a little ditty about how fasting evolved, about the research behind fasting, and 2 methods for getting more into the fasting routine and to feeling nothing, because that's when things are working. Alrighty, have a great time today, and I'll see you in the next video.